Hey, TikTok family, I'm going to answer this question about the type of punishments that are in the cult that I was raised in the Exclusive Brethren. I'm getting a lot of questions too around this and around, how severe is it and why is it so toxic? Why is it such an extreme cult? Why do you call it a cult? Great questions. And I'll explain why and why I believe that it is. So the type of punishments, and here we're talking about breaking rules that everyday humans do, like watch movies, speak with other people you meet in the street, have a coffee with a random friend that you make down at a dog park. Wait, you wouldn't be in a dog park if you were in the Brethren because you're not allowed pets. Listening to outsiders' music, going to the movies, going watching a footy game, having a TV, having open internet, having access to outside world. So there is punishments for breaking these rules, for breaking down the barrier of separation, because why is it there? Why do they have this separation? For your protection. But ultimately, the sad irony of this is that the protection is protecting you from what? Like, where was the protection for me when I was sexually assaulted in high school? You put me in a school that was closed off from the world for my protection. But where was the protection when I was assaulted? And other kids that have been abused and raped, where is this protection you regard so highly? Anyway, back to the question. Sorry, I get very emotional and worked up about this because I am so protective of the people that I have in my life and so passionate about bringing justice to the people, the victims, because they ignore the victims, and I'm hearing it recently with things that are happening. They just victim shame and ignore them, like, where are your proof? Or like my mum recently said to me, there's always two sides to a story. Mum, what is the other side of the story what's the second side to the story of a 12-year-old being raped? There is no two sides. There's no other side to be heard. Anyway, back to the question. So the type of punishments you get for breaking the rules, like having worldly music or going out to a movie, is if you continue doing it, there's the first stage, which is confined, where you are confined basically to your bedroom. Doesn't matter if you're 15, 10, or 70. So my grandpa, in the last couple of years, he said something that the leader didn't agree with. So he was confined for a period of time. He had to live in the back of his house. We're talking about a 60, 70-year-old man here, had to live in the back of his house. And while his wife lived in the front, they couldn't sleep together, eat together. He couldn't go to church. He was isolated within that world. You're banned and banished to your bedroom. That's the first stage. The second stage is you're kicked out.